Hello and welcome to Footy Judgment. Just watch this.
Fuck, man!
Big dicky short.
As in, just at least, just shoot, man.
Cross now. Cross.
My team!
£100 million.
What are you telling me? To the end, to the last kick of the game, to the final whistle, with that chop rice where? With that chop rice.
Let's go. Let's go.
Arsenal, 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 Arsenal.
All right, welcome to Footy Judgment. Hit that like button, people. I fell on this yesterday when I'm watching their reaction. Make sure to check Tunnel TV. Absolute fantastic reactions, of course. Fantastic people there. They're giving you reactions for Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool, Spurs. Oh my God, that girl is lonely, bro. She's lonely in the studio. But listen, it's absolutely phenomenal to have the guys here. Will and Kunle will talk about Arsenal, Declan Rice, and we'll talk about the trip today to the Villa Park for Manchester City. Are they favorites or not? But welcome, guys. How's everybody feeling?
Good.
Oh yeah, now my people, it's your dark-skinned man from the motherland. If you didn't know before, today you go understand. And yeah, I've recovered over a night of madness, roller coaster of a performance, but we got the job done. 3 points is the goal at the end of the day. Smash the likes. Big up the people, big up the panel.
Smash those likes, and I just want to say before we get started, Spurs played with 4 fullbacks at the back and conceded 3 to City. Arsenal played 4 center backs at the back and conceded 3 to Luton.
And who ended up with 3 points?
Because it's Luton.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
It's Luton, my man.
That's what that matters.
Hold on. Let me. Yes, 3 points. What is more important, winning like this at Luton or getting a point at the Etihad, taking 2 points from your rivals? Which one do you think is more important?
Taking 2 points from the.
If you play tomorrow, if I give you a choice tomorrow, Kunle, draw at Luton, where Liverpool did, or go to the Etihad and deprive City from winning the game, which one would you take?
I'll pick City, obviously. Points at the Etihad every time, bro. Every damn time. Unfortunately, we didn't play City last night. We played Luton.
Anyway, so last night, to be honest, I had this amazing reaction yesterday with all the voices of Arsenal, Dawood, Brandon, Martin. I had all the people complained in the comment. I'm going to tell the people there's 150 people right off the bat here, right? Guys, I've had a lot of comments complaining about why did you bring Northside? And I had a lot of comments saying, why did you bring Dawood? But I had the both ends of the spectrum together, along with Brandon, who is a little bit of a realistic, a little bit of someone who is objective but leaning towards negative. And I had Martin, who is realistic, objective, leaning towards positive. So I had the whole spectrum was there, but some people just find a way to complain and tell me that I'm leaning
Yeah,
towards
people will
this,
complain at all
towards that.
times, bro,
It
man. No
was
matter
very
what you
strange.
do.
Can you imagine having on the stream yourself, Kennedy, Northside, and Brandon, and people complain?
Oh,
I'm like, what
mate.
else?
That
What do
would
you
be
need?
carnage, just so you know.
Like,
That would be an
yeah, but
absolute
all the
volcano.
opinions in one stream,
Mhm.
and people are like, so why do you bring that? Why do you bring this? I have everybody. But anyway, yesterday is a lot of raised questions, and I want to get both of your opinions. I'm sure Will, of course, watched the game and analyzed it and has his stats ready and everything is ready. Did you walk of the game after the calmness, Kunle, and after you kind of like the rush of blood and all the stuff, thinking, is that did we do good today, or is just another last minute winner against a team that we should not be needing to win last minute?
Murder. Murder was the case that they gave us. Look, we got away with absolute murder last night. And it was if the murder was taking place where everyone could see. And we bust the case. Everyone saw the murder that was taking place at Luton. But we somehow we bust case and we got away with it. Scot free. Look, I would say if you take David Raya out of that game, we win the game comfortably, 3-4-1, comfortably, and we're not talking about anything. But David Raya has put us in a very very crazy situation where the boys had to dig in and go all the way to the last minute of the game to get the job done, which is not ideal. But I think David Raya needs to do Declan Rice's cleaning for the next week or so because he definitely got him out of massive trouble because all the conversations would have been revolved around him and not the win. So look, we got the job done in a situation that we shouldn't have been in. But again, we showed that we can win a different type of way and away from home.
But
So
you have done
a
this
lot of
two,
teams would
three
have.
times this year. You hang on to against Wolves. That was at home or away? That was
At
at
home, at
home.
home.
At home. You're hanging in by a thread, I think, against another team. I can't
Fulham.
remember who. I guess Spurs, you didn't kill the game. You should have killed the game against Spurs as well
Yeah,
if you use your
yeah.
chances that they
Mhm,
gifted you. It doesn't matter who gifted what. You
mhm,
use you take care of the chance, you score the goal.
mhm,
I'm looking at yesterday now. I'm seeing because I was listening to the BBC and I was listening to another podcast. One podcast was completely positive. This is the
mhm.
champions win. This is the fight until the end. This is how teams win the Premier League. Blah blah blah. And they had 2-3 pundits there. And I was listening to another podcast. I can't remember the name, but they were like, Arsenal should have controlled the game more. This is a little bit worrying about the defense, the David Raya situation, the Ramsdale situation. I'm walking from this game thinking a couple of things. The fight is there. Declan Rice was absolute class. Bukayo Saka was very good. Gabriel Jesus was amazing. Odegaard is having a new rule. But Mikel Arteta, and I want to speak tactically a little bit on the show because people asked us to speak tactically a little bit. Mikel Arteta got it wrong. Again, you play the same lineup that played in the weekend. Kivior was out of position, couldn't get a couple of passes together. He was kind of like I don't know why he lost the ball so many times. Nobody supported him. Odegaard was too deep, asked to defend Ross Barkley, which didn't work clearly a couple of times. Kai Havertz was good, so the position of Kai Havertz was absolutely great next to Gabriel Jesus. This is my analysis of the game. Kai Havertz is high, but that compensation with Odegaard dropping deep didn't work because basically Odegaard wasn't finding a pass. Odegaard wasn't defending, wasn't in the right place. And that maybe cost you that at least that third
Who,
goal.
who, who set up the winner?
Yeah, but this is why if you watch my video yesterday and if you look at my title, I said Super Captain Odegaard came clutch. Because Odegaard has this in his locker. Odegaard created 3-4 chances yesterday. Odegaard was good going forward when he was able to go forward. But in the transition, Arsenal are doing what Pep is doing to Rodri. You sometimes leaving Rice to be dry against teams that like to do physical, that goes to counter you, because you don't have, again, a Xhaka. I'm gonna say it again, a Xhaka, and you didn't control the game yesterday. That was my analysis. I don't know what was yours, to be honest.
I think you're right. Arteta definitely got the lineup wrong. I don't know. The only logical thing I can think from picking Kivio was height
Fatigue.
and power. Height and power, because obviously Luton were gonna have a Sunday league type mentality and bully you off the park. So maybe he was trying to prepare for that, which is another reason why I thought Havertz was starting, because of his height and Raya being able to hit him. But with that, and I think the Kivio thing disrupted our team more than anything, because as you said, every time he got the ball, he lost the ball. He could barely win the ball on that left side. It's clear to see that playing as a left back is not for him. Centre back is definitely where he seems more comfortable. But I also do believe another area that Arteta got wrong was, I don't know what was said in the team talk at halftime, but we came out a joke for the first 15 minutes. It was absolutely appalling. I don't know if they thought, oh, job done, we got a goal before halftime, just relax, keep doing what you're doing or whatever, when we should have gone for the juggler and got the third goal. And that's one thing, one criticism I have about Arteta's team, is that we don't kill enough. We don't have the killer in us enough, because we shouldn't have had the situation where Raya was caught off guard like he was. I don't think we should have had that situation. If we started the second half more commanding, we'd have gone and got the third and the fourth. But Raya was the reason why we looked off in that second half as well, because those are routine situations. Like, that's a routine catch for the second goal. The third one, like, it's right next to you. It's not in the corner. All you need to do is like fall on the ground quick enough, and you get the ball. Literally, like, what are you doing? Making Ross Barkley look like a quality player. But yeah, at the end of the day, what I do like about the team is they don't lick their wounds. They just keep going and bailed their keeper out and got the job done. So I can't be upset with that side of things. They got the job done. That ground has proved to be difficult for some sides this season, some top sides, i.e. Liverpool. Spurs struggled there as well, and they had 10 men, and they still got the job done. But at the end of the day, it's 3 points. I heard Alex on your stream yesterday talking about Arsenal shouldn't be winning games in the last minute in the first part of the season. I wish I was on that stream. That's the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard in my life. You win it. 3 points is 3 points. However you win it, what time of the season you win it, if it's the beginning of the season or the second half of the season, winning 3 points is the key. How you do it is irrelevant. Win the 3 points. That's how I look at it. And we did. Top of the league, 5 points clear.
I mean, I think, look, everybody wants the 3 points, right? Like nobody doesn't want to take 3 points from a game. But there is
manner, right?
It's the manner in which, and it's the competition to which you did it too, right? Like, if you guys are going to win the league, you shouldn't be conceding 3 to Luton Town, right? You should, like, if this defense is going to, I'm starting to see the cracks in the defense. The last couple of performances.
But was it the defense was the reason why we conceded 3, or was it David Raya in particular?
I mean, David Raya helped, but he's part of the team, right? He's a player that you signed, and I got to stand
but let's
up
be
right
specific.
now.
Our defense was good.
I have got to stand on this show on Mo's channel, Footy Judge Mo, on today's date, 12/6/2023. Get down on my knees and apologize to Vicario, because in the summer, right, when I didn't know who you were, I was upset that we didn't sign David Raya, and I'm sorry. Guillermo, William, Vicario, I'm sorry. I was wrong, and I'm so glad we signed you instead of David Raya.
I still believe David Raya is a good goalkeeper. I actually just believe that the situation that Arteta created is what is causing the error from both goalkeepers. I actually rate Ramsdale. I don't think Ramsdale is a bad goalkeeper. I think Raya is good with one is good with his feet. One of the things that Raya isn't doing is actually finding the right passes, which is the reason why Arteta is playing him. And that's not only down to him. I think it's down to the positioning of the players on the pitch. Because I watched the ball-playing goalkeepers, Edison, Alisson, Onana at Inter. To be honest with you, I think that situation is terrible, because you're bringing a goalkeeper that you want actually to pin the ball behind the opposition if they are pressing, but he's not doing it. He isn't actually finding the right people. I'm if I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm not liking this situation one bit because Raya is making a mistake after a mistake after a mistake. That cross was not commanding, and stats, and Will, you like stats, show that Raya was supposed to be a better goalkeeper in the crosses, stopping crosses. His percentages last season were very high, and the season before. One of the reasons Arteta bought him is that he commands the area. Now
Third
this is
best
the
keeper in the
second.
league in stats last season.
This is now his second mistake after the Mudryk one against Chelsea position, and the third one, Newcastle positioning was wrong, Mudryk positioning was wrong. Now this one, you're not commanding your area. You're not gonna tell me that from someone who played for Brentford, who concede a lot of crosses, to Arsenal who don't, will make 3 mistakes in 14 games already, and you concede 3 goals from them. Something is definitely wrong. Is it the goalkeeper coach? Is it the situation that Arteta created by being stubborn and thinking that, yes, let me buy another number 1? And that is a big mistake. Leno had this problem before. I think this is creating a
No,
problem for Arsenal more than it's a blessing. People want to say, yeah, you can have 2 number 1s. It doesn't happen often. It doesn't. There
look,
is a reason why the camera kept going on Ramsdale. And by the way, goalkeepers know that. Ramsdale will go home and his family and his friends will tell him, by the way, when Raya made the mistake, here is the tape. Raya will go home and people will tell him, by the way, the media is saying this and that about you. People have to know that the players read what it's in the media. Players know what people are saying, and that causes problems. And it's very obvious.
look, Mo, I hear it. I hear it, and I do believe it's a problem that we didn't have to deal with. To be honest,
Thank you
it's
so
something
much.
that we could have avoided in terms of like Ramsdale wasn't the reason why we didn't win the league last season. So I don't know why that was the problem that he thought he needed to fix, which is on him. But it also showed me that Raya is his number one. That and what he said when he signed Raya was just kind of some mind games, I guess. The reality is Raya is his number one. He wanted him before Ramsdale, and an opportunity came again to get him, and he got him. He got his goalkeeping coach at Arsenal beforehand to make it easier for him, I guess. And that was supposed to make things click, but it didn't happen that way. It
It did for
happened that
2
way,
games
and
only. It did for 2 games.
no, 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 no even for the two, I think the overall. I'm looking at the season overall. To be fair,
Yes, yes.
like it's not worked in terms of Arsenal fans right now don't know who their best keeper is. They think it's Raya. They think, oh, maybe if we bring Ramsdale in, these things will stop. But it's created a scenario like because even Ramsdale, I'm kind of annoyed with Ramsdale how he's handled it because he's bitching and moaning when he did the exact same thing to Leno, like the exact same thing. His dad getting involved was absolutely crazy. And then when he's come back in, he's looked off. I don't think goalkeepers should be off limits. That people say, oh, a goalkeeper should always know who's number one and blah, blah, blah. Bruv, it's competitive sport, my guy. Competitive sport. If you can't deal with a bit of competition, you should not be in competitive sport, period. Even though I don't like what Arteta's done with the situation with the keepers, they need to stop bitching and get it together. I need to be able to rely on both of you. It's down to you. I don't think the mentality side is down to the manager. It's down to you. Like outfield players have to deal with it all the time. So just because you're a keeper, we should be like, oh no, keepers, they need to know who's number one, who's not. I think that's my issue with that. But Arteta has created a scenario where our fan base are gonna now start screaming for Ramsdale to come in. That's what's gonna happen because we
Yeah,
have the quality on the bench.
yeah.
So
Let's
it's just
just shameless.
crazy.
Guys, there's about 360 of you here, and we're not even on 100 likes. And I think that's absolutely embarrassing, people. Hit that like button, get us to 150, 200 like. The target should be 200 likes at least. The like button is underneath your live chat. And also, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on the notification bell to know when we go live. It's very important for the channel. Subscribe if you are yet to do so. Like the stream, please, because it makes a massive difference. Um, let me do this. Omar Rushdie is saying Arsenal do not manage goalkeepers. Will they let when they let Martinez go? Absolutely, they let Martinez go. It created a problem first with Leno, with Martinez, and then now the Raya situation. But I don't want to dwell on Raya's wrong. Well, to be honest with you, Arsenal finding different ways to win games. They control some because they won 4 and 5s this year, but then they struggled against Luton a little bit. To be honest with you, any other team would have put their head down after your goalkeeper make 2 mistakes, and they wouldn't have picked themselves up and played like this, trying to get the win. Is that credit to them? I know you're a Spurs fan, but you gotta look objectively to this. I'm looking at my team. If I make if my goalkeeper make 2 mistakes after being twice up, it's very hard to pick yourself up.
No, yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, look, you got to give them credit for, going to the final whistle, even though it lasted a minute longer than it should have. But yeah, they kept trying. They kept trying to score. They kept trying to win, and that's that's a good thing for any club, regardless of who you are, right? So yeah, no, I mean,
why is it so hard to just say something about us like with a smile on your face? Is it so hard, Will? Like, well, I can hear it in your voice. You were struggling. Yeah, well, any team to play to the final whistle. Yeah, I guess it's okay. Like,
and he said with a minute added. Even
yeah, I know he threw that in as well.
Even though it's at 25 seconds, with a free kick by itself, wasted a minute. By the way,
free kick doesn't add time to extra time, buddy.
It does now in the Premier League.
No, it's against the rules.
It's not. It's in the Premier League. They actually added the same as the World. Hold on. Well, it's the same as the World Cup. When ball stops in the World Cup, why there was 12 minutes, FIFA said you are allowed to add for goal kicks when the ball is out of play if you feel that the time is wasted. If you feel a team is wasting time, it's taking longer than expected, you are supposed to add time. And the Premier League adopted that.
Arsenal took the free kick.
Now, before that, there was a goal kick where they wasted time. Anyway, 25 seconds. Well, you're going to dwell on 25 seconds? Is that what it is now?
Did Luton stop? Did Luton stop playing at 25? Did they stop playing or something? Luton? Or were we both playing to the final whistle?
You guys,
and I never understand why people complain.
Plays to the final whistle.
Exactly. So why are you complaining about extra time? They had a chance to get the winner as well in that extra 20 seconds, didn't they?
Yeah, but it should.
So why are we not saying that? Because we scored, then you want to hold it.
There was no wasting times. There was no calls. There was no injuries. There was no.
Well, you're better than this, man. Even for you, this is low. You're better than this, man. You're better than this.
No, I'm just telling you the facts of the day, man. It was like a full minute.
So there is nothing that Arsenal did that was good.
20 seconds.
No, they played well. Like I thought.
Someone told me, by the way, there was substitutions in injury time. Hold that.
Yeah.
Was there a substitution injury time?
Yeah, there was.
Hold that, Will. We're moving past this point now. It's done. It's over.
Well, don't worry who got subbed. Just know someone could sub.
I don't remember a substitution in injury time, but if there was a substitution in injury time,
I'm checking.
Then yes, there would be time added on. That's correct.
I'm checking. I'm actually checking.
No, I thought Gabriel Jesus played well on the day. I thought Odegaard looked good again into that day, comparatively to what he's been all season. Kiviat was like horrible as left.
He's absolutely terrible. I changed my stance on him. He's absolutely
terrible. And then
terrible.
Both Gabriel Jesus and Saliba were poor on the day yesterday.
Gabriel, hold on. What is happening here? Gabriel Jesus, who got involved in 3 goals. What do you want
saying about Gabriel Jesus?
What do you want the
Gabriel, not Gabriel Jesus, Gabriel Magalhaes or whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I thought
I just said Gabriel Jesus played well, so
I thought he was poor actually, Gabriel. But
too many Gabriels.
I can't fault anybody from the Arsenal defense.
Yeah, there's
2 corners. 2 corners. I can fault them for not marking and not leading the defense. I can fault them for not marking and not leading the defense because the center backs are the people that make the people mark and everything. And I can fault them for that. But the one that Raya completely, the howler that he had, he actually shouted, and it was very obvious that everybody ducked down and moved away, and that's when the goalkeeper
Sure. But what I'm
saying
is
David Raya's fault.
But we need to have we need to start having a conversation though. Like William Saliba is 6'4", right? 6'4". How can somebody that tall be that bad in the air to only win 50% of your duels on any given day? And people want to call him the best center back in the league. He's 6'4", Mo. He's not 6'1".
He won 5 out of 7. He won 5 out of 7, so the stats don't lie. He won 5 out. Against a massive striker, by the way. A massive striker.
He's not 6'4".
The striker.
You're such a hater, Will.
Oh, what? Hold on. See, Will, he's 6'4". Exactly. That forward is 6'4" as well. There is a reason why they put that forward, because they wanted to go long. Well, drop the agenda.
Yeah, drop
agenda,
it, bro.
man.
They
Drop the
didn't
agenda.
get anything with that move. It was
Drop
our
the
keeper
agenda,
that
Will.
kept them in the game. The only thing that kept them in the game was our keeper. Those are the facts.
Look,
And a
the
bullshit
agenda's
team
not the
talk by
agenda because this particular
Arteta.
William Saliba, just compared to every other center back, right? Even I don't want to say his name, so I'll say Van der Ven, right? Who's the same height as Saliba, right? Or about the same height.
All right.
Better in the air than Saliba is.
Mm-hmm.
Like the guy really, literally is like 56% of his aerial duels won in the entire season. That's what I'm saying. How can you be that tall? I'm 6'5".
Yeah, Lampard's better than Zidane as well. He's got more goals and assists than him.
I'm talking about aerial duels, being able to jump in the air, right? How can you be that tall and that bad at aerial duels?
I don't think he's that bad at aerial duels. I thought he won most of the headers yesterday. The stats showed that.
Yeah, but the ones in the box he didn't win. The ones from the corners he didn't win. He wasn't marking players out.
But it wasn't his guy that scored the goal. It was somebody else. You know, in corners, that is not you. It's you mark somebody, you follow them, unless you're marking zonal. Unless you're marking zonal. One corner from this side, one corner from that side. And
Okay.
you're faulting a center back.
So one came from
By
his
the way,
side.
that guy that got the corner played 1-2 around Ben White and Saka and reached the line. And I think actually, if I'm not mistaken, Ben White tracked back and blocked it for a corner kick, and it was the only corner in that half, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure what you're talking about, to be honest. William Saliba wasn't that bad yesterday. Wasn't bad at all. They conceded 3 mistakes. The one nobody marked.
He had 4 clearances on the day, and that's it. 1 tackle.
But because they had
0.06
xG.
Is he still talking about Saliba?
Yes, and I'm like,
I'm not. That's why I went off camera because it's
he wasn't good the last game. Before that either, he was the worst player on the pitch.
Sure.
This
Saliba hate is crazy,
you guys
bro.
are just going to cover for him when he's supposed to be the best defender in the league. Like, I can't believe what I'm hearing.
Okay, so is he the best defender in the league that just had 3 bad games? Is that what they're saying? Is that what you're trying to say? He's the best defender in the league, but he just had a bad game. Is that
That's what Mo said with his own mouth?
I'm asking you, is that what you're saying?
He's not. If he is the best defender.
No,
in the league,
I'm asking you. I'm not asking
bad.
ifs and buts. Is he the best defender in the league?
No,
if not,
absolutely
who is?
not.
Who is? Romero?
No,
absolutely not.
Who? Van der Ven?
No, absolutely not.
Who is it? Van Dijk?
Virgil van Dijk is the best center back in the league so far this season.
And followed by who?
I don't even know. Raheem
You're
Anderson
such a liar. You know exactly who it is. Who? Anderson?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Will, man, we're not doing this today, man. We're not doing stats today. We're not doing stats.
Romero's better than Saliba, but he's not anywhere close to being the best center back in the league.
He's not better than Saliba. Not even
absolutely better than Saliba. Not even close.
Nobody but you picks Romero over Saliba. Close. So that's nobody but you picks Romero over Saliba.
Messi picks him.
I know why.
Chat. Let us know. Put Saliba or Romero, please, because I don't know. Me entertainment.
Right, man.
Me entertaining this discussion is crazy.
Gabriel's been better this season than Saliba. Fact.
No problem.
Gabriel's been a better defender than Saliba this season. Fact.
Joint best defense after your goalkeeper makes a howler yesterday. The Arsenal's defense have to be the best in the league. Numbers don't lie.
We are, bro.
No, goals conceded first of all, it has nothing to do with the fact that they've conceded the least amount of chances, right? You said with your own self that the reason why. Hold on, you cannot both say that they don't get played against, that they don't have to defend. That's why their stats are bad. And then that they're the reason they haven't conceded so many goals is because they're the best defense in the league. Come on. You can't have it both ways. I never said that. No, I'm talking about Mo, because Mo says the stats are wrong because Arsenal don't have to defend as much. Right? That's why Saliba's stats are so bad, because he doesn't have to defend as much. And then you can't both then say at the other side of your mouth.
Man said they're so bad.
Right?
The way you use words, Will, you're a genius, I swear.
You can't say, but you can't have your cake and eat it too, Mo. They either the stats are correct and they do nothing, or they don't have to defend. right? And that the reason why they're conceding less goals is because teams sit back
Both
and
statements could be
their
right.
midfield and their
Both
forwards.
could be right.
No, they
both
can't
could
both
be right. Yeah,
they can't both be right.
No, I'm gonna tell you why when you don't concede a chance. That's the difference, to be honest, with me watching the football the way I'm doing it, and you will. The reason why Arsenal don't concede chances, and that's so people that say, yeah, I can't say both. I actually can. When you don't concede chances, that means your defense is a proactive defender. That means your defender reads the game well. Okay, that's okay. Let me finish, please. But I didn't interrupt you. I didn't. That means your defense read the game pretty well. Your defense intercepts the ball or prevents an attack or move in the right place so that midfielder of the opposition doesn't play the ball to the forward because there is no passing lane. There is no place to play the ball, and that's credit to them. My point is as simple as that. I see Arsenal's defense preventing the opposition from actually creating a chance. So them not conceding chances means they are a proactive defense. While you can be the best goalkeeper in the world, you can be the best defender in the world, like Tarkovsky, who has amazing stats in terms of blocks, tackles, and everything, because his team concedes the chance, because Tarkovsky isn't as smart as Van Dijk, as people that read the game better. So he has to choose to do last ditch tackles. This is how I look at defenders. The best defense is always consists of two types of defenders: a proactive defender and a reactive defender that can recover. I am someone who likes a proactive defender, someone like Van Dijk, who likes to read the game, knows how to read the game. Van de Ven is someone like that. Van de Ven, one of the reasons I think Van de Ven can be a very, very top defender is that he reads the game very well and he has the physicalities to recover even if he reads it wrong. That's why he is brilliant and amazing, right? Sven Botman is the same as Saliba. They read the game well. This is my opinion about how people do that. Arsenal have position as well, so they don't concede chances. But when the chances go their way, William Saliba reads it first. Liverpool have a lot of more position, but Liverpool concede more chances than Arsenal because their defenders, they didn't start the season very well. So they were choosing to do last-ditch tackles, clearances, trying to block, to get corners and stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about. Well, I'm not trying to argue with you. The stats, if you look at the stats, Romero more 65% aerial duels, William Saliba 55. Ground duel wins, but the number per game is higher. That means he is absolutely, his team allows the opposition to come close to the goal more because maybe he doesn't read the game as well as William Saliba or Virgil van Dijk, but he's brilliant in tackles. That is how I'm explaining how defenders work. This is how I always look at defenders.
Right, but
this
the
is a preference thing, bro.
Hold on. The problem is though that you can't have it both ways. And I'm going to tell you why, right? Because it is either true that they defend a lot, or it is not true that they defend a lot. They both can't be true. It's A and not A at the same time and in the same sense, right? It is either true that they don't have to defend a lot, or they do have to defend a lot. It's a contradiction. Literally, the
but I
definition
never
of a
said that.
contradiction.
I never said that.
You said the reason why the stats, right, show that Romero is a better defender than Saliba is because he has to defend more.
Yes.
Okay. So then Saliba's stats are low because he doesn't have to defend as much.
No. I just explained it well. You just didn't want to listen to him.
No, I listened to what you said.
If you are a defender, okay.
Hold on. Because what you said, everything that you said, like reads the play so well, right? That they mean that they keep the attack from creating chances, yada yada yada. All of those things would relate to outcomes on the pitch, right? So it would mean that when Arsenal plays, passes into the final third are lower than other teams, or when Arsenal play, then then William Saliba should have a lot of interception numbers, which he doesn't. His interception numbers are extremely low, right, compared to either Spurs defender, right? So he's not intercepting the ball. We know that's true, right? So he's not intercepting the pass. So the only possible option that William Saliba is doing is marking a man so well that players don't play forward. But we know that's not true either.
No, it happened to Haaland. We saw it. One of the best strikers in the league. Completely took him out of the game. That Haaland asked his teammates not to pass him the ball. That happened. That actually happened.
But Gabriel was marking Holland more than
William
Saliba was.
both of them were doing that. William Saliba was 1-on-1 on him. Erling Haaland asked his teammates to go to the sides. William Saliba does that sometimes. I'm not saying William Saliba is Paolo Maldini at the moment. I'm saying William Saliba at the moment is making defending look so easy. Yesterday, for example, I thought
getting spun by Lens, his left winger, is making defending look easy.
Okay, so see,
that was 2 games ago.
Look, Mo, why are you wasting your breath on this? Arsenal won the game 4-3. Will's upset that we have a better defense.
Who's responsible for marking in the box?
And he's not going to give in. That's just the reality.
If it's not Gabriel, hold on. If it's not Gabriel,
can I ask you something? Well, you want to look at the stats? I'm not going to do the stats, and I want to move on from the Saliba because at the end of the season,
agenda, bro.
Better.
Agenda.
Okay, there are a lot of things that Romero maybe is winning in the stats, but also Romero is being dribbled 3 times in the game, 3 times more than William Saliba. Romero is clearing the ball 2 times more than William Saliba. That means he has to defend. That's it. But can we move on from the Saliba Romero thing? Because I don't think that's important.
That has nothing to do with Blues.
You won.
Hold on.
Okay, you wanna. Okay, I don't know what you want, Will. To be honest with you.
No, what I'm trying to
wants
get
us to
across
admit that Saliba's not good.
No. What I was trying to get to the point is that this is an Arsenal team. You guys are basically just trying to place all the blame on David Raya, and that's it. And I didn't see that in the game at all. I saw all 3 bar Ben White, who I thought was the best defender in that back line for you guys.
Ben White, who literally opened the angle for Ross Barkley to score by 1 step over.
Which is what I don't get. Literally,
1 step over, Will.
Literally, his ball watching led to that goal.
1 step over.
I don't know what you see.
It's a slow motion step over by
a 30-something-year-old Ross Barkley.
By Ross Barkley, and completely Ben White is like, what is happening here? I'm gonna give him the angle on his left inside the 18 yards box. Give me a break,
bro. For you to say Ben White was our best defender, it shows. Yes. I know how you watch games now. So we don't need to have the stats conversation about defending anymore, man. Let's move on.
What are you talking about?
Bro, this is crazy, bro. He got
2 goals from corner kicks. Was Ben White at fault for those corners? Come on now.
Listen,
David Raya was. David Raya was at fault for one of them.
Okay, look, the defenders. If the defenders,
if David Raya, no, wait, hold on.
Hold on. If William Saliba is such a proactive defender, then there should be no free.
He should have stopped the shot even happening, right? Will? Yeah, sure.
Should have stopped it from even.
Cool,
happening.
No problem.
Exactly.
But if David Raya catches that ball for the second goal, do we concede that second goal?
Shot never should have happened in the first place.
Do we? Yes or no? Is what I'm asking you.
Shot should have never happened in the first place.
Okay, so you don't want to ask the question. Okay, let's move fast. He's not ready to answer my question, so there's no point in asking.
Let me just tell you guys something that you guys. I don't know if you guys know. There's 500 people here, almost 500 people. Can we hit the like button and get to 200, 300? Please hit that like button. James Bond is saying, Wacky Will, you are 45. Act your age.
I'm not 45, but thanks.
He's not 45. Act with good analysis. This is not your Spuds channel. All right.
Thank you, James Bond. You support.
James Bond clearly supports Arsenal. Like, what do you think?
The reality, Will's
hold that.
But the reality is, Mo, Will still thinks Spurs. Hold on, wait. Will still thinks Spurs will finish above Arsenal this season. So you know where his mind is at. So we're good.
He hasn't changed his mind.
Yeah, so we're good with that. So as long as someone still thinks he's a human being watching football and thinks Tottenham Hotspur is going to finish above Arsenal. All your takes are flawed this season. Your takes are flawed from that, bro.
And I'm gonna give you 3 minutes, Will, because listen, Kunle, Will is like you, does not provide statements without explanation. I'm gonna give him 2 minutes to explain why Spurs will finish above Arsenal after I do the super chats. Just 2 minutes. All right.
No problem.
Won't even need 2 minutes.
Dan Carlito saying, can we talk about how bad goalkeepers have been recently? Edison, Allison, Raya, Ramsdale, Onana, Keller, Martinez, all struggling. Yeah, how my goalkeeper, Jan Zomer, isn't struggling. In there. Vicario isn't struggling. I don't think Vicario is struggling at all, in my opinion. I can't remember a mistake. Allison, I don't think Allison struggled in one game against City. That's it. When he had 2 mistakes. Sean OGO is saying it's a minimum of 6 minutes, William. Minimum. Okay, we answered that. Yes, Sean, we said that. Will, tell me a CD, a center back who doesn't make a mistake ever.
There isn't a center back that doesn't make a mistake ever.
All right.
What I'm talking about is the performance of their back line over the past 3 games,
I've
which
been
has
shaky,
been poor. That's
including
a fact.
that Champions League game. That's what.
Yes.
All right. Okay, Sam. There's no one that makes over 500 people here, guys. I'm still waiting for the likes to go up to 200 at least. Sam, CFC, Chelsea. I'm a rival, and I'm tired of Will Saliba bullshit.
I only keep bringing it up because people keep talking about him. That's why.
We're not gonna talk about it again on this channel. Emmanuel Ankara saying Arsenal have conceded 14, Tottenham 20.
Yep.
Yes, that's a fact. Mr. Link is saying context is real thing. Context is real thing. Do better. And that is why I'm gonna give Will the mic for 2 minutes to tell us why Spurs will finish above Arsenal.
Wait, Will, what does that mean? 4 of them was against Chelsea. What does that mean? Does that mean that they weren't goals or what?
No, they were goals. Down to
why
9
did
men.
you say 4 of them were against Chelsea? Was it Chelsea that told you to go down to 9 men?
No.
Okay, so I don't know why you brought that comment up, bro.
Right, because
anyway,
you guys aren't.
What do you mean? The super chat.
You weren't down to 9 men against
No.
Chelsea,
He said 4 of them were against Chelsea. Like that means we should ignore that because it was a 9-man game or something. That's how you said
man was talking about context in his tweet, in his super chat, right? So in the context of it, we haven't been conceding a ton of goals in games. We've had 2 penalties. You guys haven't had any against you, none, right? We had 4 goals conceded in 1 game against Chelsea. That's the same way to say that you guys have been scoring a ton of goals when you've been beating teams 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, when you scored 4 against Bournemouth and 4 against Luton. Like, stat padding is a thing in context.
Oh,
right?
Will. You're the one that uses stats to help you in everything, and now you're saying stat padding can be used.
Yeah,
you do.
Stat padding is a thing.
You do.
No, I don't.
Context,
I never use it.
But this isn't about that. It's about Tottenham winning being above Arsenal.
1-1. Jay Anderson's defending for Luton equalizer last season was awful. Second best. Give me a break. Last week, everybody makes mistakes. Sean.
Season.
No, this season. He said last week. He said last week. Jay Anderson's defending for Luton equalizer last week was awful. Everyone makes mistakes, but Van Dijk makes mistakes. Everyone does. It's like, who doesn't? I don't get this, Sean.
Will just struggles to big up Arsenal. That's just the reality of it, bro. And I get it. It's fine. That's the reality.
Mr. Link came back with
if Saliba played for any other team, this discussion would be very different.
If Saliba played for any other team, no one would talk about him.
Context. Your Bozo center back got a red card. Thus, you shipped 4 goals.
Wasn't a red.
It was a red. A clear red. A clear, disgusting.
Then your player should have been sent off for 3 games today too.
I missed someone telling me I missed the super chat.
Who?
Gabriel or Saliba, one of them two. I can't remember what. I saw the picture on Twitter with your guy chopping a guy right straight in the shin on the follow through.
It wasn't that.
I don't think I've missed the super chat.
Was it Kivia?
Whose super chat did I miss, people? Can I guys say something to the chat? If I missed the super chat, please tag me. Someone tag me if I missed the super chat. I'm gonna go and check it. I thought I read all the super chats. Well, why will Tottenham finish above Arsenal? Yes, you did it. No, okay, go ahead. Well,
why will Arsenal finish above Arsenal?
Why are you convinced that Spurs will finish above Arsenal?
Yeah, because once Arsenal starts playing the teams that will punish them in a situation like they played in yesterday.
Like who?
Aston Villa, Brighton, Liverpool, right? Those teams.
The next 3 games.
Yeah, they're going to drop points.
All right.
So Tottenham after we play Newcastle on the weekend, right? Don't play another top 4 side, or a top 6 side actually, bar Aston Villa for 16 game weeks, and that's the exact same time that we're getting Madison, Van der Ven back. And if with those players back, we're already drawing with City with 4 fullbacks in defense. What are we going to do when we have Romero, Van der Ven, Madison back in that squad for 16 weeks? We're going to go on a run. Arsenal have to play while they had those better teams, those mid-table teams, those from 8 to first teams towards the end of the first half of the season. They have them early in the second half. So they're going to have a harder middle section of the season, they're going to drop points. We're going to go on a 10 to 12 game run. It's that simple.
When has that
And
ever
then-
happened? When
So
you
it's
went on a 10
about
game run?
it's about your team. It's not only about Arsenal.
Yeah, so we're playing
course.
better offensively than Arsenal is, have been all season, still are, even when they're playing against Luton. We created more chances against City and Villa than they did against Luton.
Well, I hear the argument that you can go on a run, but I also hear the argument.
Which run? What's the longest run Spurs have been on in the last 5 years? Winning games.
I
10
think 12
games winning streak.
12 against.
You won 12. You won 12 games in a row.
Yeah, Conte.
That was
the
thing.
season we knocked you out of the top 4. The season you
12
capitulated.
games in a row.
Yeah.
Swear down.
If my memory's right, it's 10 to 12.
He's like,
hey,
like what is that?
I'm mind blown if that's a stat.
I am
chat, let us know
that.
because he's got the best poker face on YouTube.
Yeah.
So chat, just double check.
Okay. So hold on.
I could be off by a game or two, but it's between 10 or 12. I looked it up 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I can't remember the exact number off the top of my head.
I want to ask a question now. I want to move on the subject. Still 500 people here. And I want to move on the subject from Spurs because Spurs don't play until Thursday. We'll see who's going to be on the reaction or Thursday or Friday or something. I want to talk about Declan Rice. I made a statement yesterday and a lot of people didn't like it. And I said, I am only talking about this season because this is what's in front of us. This is the sample size. Declan Rice has been the most consistent midfielder in the league. Not only being consistent, consistently good. And I said he has been in the last 14 games better than Rodri. Put in mind that Rodri already in 14, 15 games will miss 4 games. Already happened, or 3 games, because one of the red cards had a game suspended in the cup. So already missing 3 games, costing his team. He is one of the reasons they lost these 2 games against Arsenal and against Wolves because he wasn't there. Yes, you can tell me Rodri wasn't the reason they lost against Wolves. The fact is, they did. Has Declan Rice, number 1, justified his price? Number 2, has he been better than Rodri and everybody else this season? Because I myself said that I would take Bissouma. That's in the first 8 games. Now we're double these games now. So people that say, yeah, but you said you'll take Bissouma. At that time, Bissouma was doing wonders. There is a reason why Spurs were top in game week 8, right? And Bissouma was part of that team. Has Declan Rice been the most consistent player and has he justified his price?
Yeah, I would agree. So here's one for you, Arsenal fans, to think that I'm biased, right? When you live by numbers, you can't be biased because the numbers don't let you. Declan Rice has been far better, far more consistent than Bissouma has this season. Absolutely, 100%. Far better player so far at this point in the season. 100%. Best,
wow. This is a moment.
For me, I think he's been...
Yeah, based on the 14 games that has been played. Like,
yeah.
We can judge that. Both teams play position-based football, attacking. So it's...
Yeah, I'm not used to Will being
agree with Mo. I agree with Mo that he's been more consistent than Rodri. I think Rodri's had better single performances.
Well, he hasn't been consistently good.
Yeah, but Declan Rice has been holding that
8 out of 10 performance. He didn't give you a
10 every week. 8,
9. Yes,
he's not hitting. Maybe he'll hit a 9 now and then. Very rarely, but it's just 8.
I think yesterday for me was a 10 because at the end he just he scored the goal. So that is a clutch moment.
I don't.
It definitely weren't a 10, but yeah,
over the whole 90 minutes.
No, but what I mean is that when we talk about
because of the moment.
Because of the moment. Because when we praise Rodri for a clutch goal or being in the right place at the right time, I have to praise Declan Rice for the same thing, right? Like I can't just I praise somebody for one thing and I don't praise the other for the same exact thing. He came clutch yesterday. He won you 3 points. People just don't want to say stuff like this.
Look,
the goal he scored against Chelsea. The goal he scored against Chelsea. Come on, people.
Mo, he has been clutch. I wouldn't say he's justified the price tag, but every week he keeps justifying the price tag. I believe once he wins a major trophy, then maybe people will say he's justified it. But he's definitely justified it. He's one player that's over 100 mil that I've not heard his price tag being waved around him week in, week out, which most of the other ones are getting. But the guy is sensational. He's making our midfield look better than it's been. Because for me, our midfield has been toilet this season. And that's why we haven't looked as fluid as we were last season. But Rice is basically holding it together on his own. His engine, his fire, his leadership. He's doing it all. He's all action right now. He's adding goals to his game as well. I still don't think he's fully unlocked his attacking threat just yet, but he's everywhere right now.
But when has Rice ever been an attacking threat?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't believe he's unlocked it, but I believe the qualities he has. He has got the qualities to add that attacking threat to his game, the way he drives forward, the way he strikes a football, and he can beat a man from time to time, as you saw from some of his goals last season. But I just don't believe. I don't believe if Partey was around, I believe we would have been able to see it a lot more because they could exchange roles and stuff. But in this team, we can't risk him being that number 8.
Yeah, currently. I never said they won 12 in a row. I said that they didn't lose 12 in a row.
Okay, that's what I was talking. So wait,
it was 10.
So that 12-game run you're talking about that you said
10.
that they will have is
unbeaten,
content. Not winning.
Yeah, 10-game unbeaten run. Yeah.
Okay, so when you were talking about
that
Spurs,
ever happened, by the way, but it's fine.
No, the 10-game run happened.
No, the unbeaten run happened.
I'm looking at
winning
the schedule
run.
right now.
Unbeaten run.
Winning run.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes.
Unbeaten, but the way you said it was it made me think that you thought Spurs would go on a 10-game winning run this season. That's what you made it sound like. That you think they could do that.
Well, yeah. So
can we not go back to
Spurs? They could do that.
About
10-game win. Okay, sorry. You know, Will, he's a.
I didn't say winning.
Loves to make it about Spurs.
I said run.
But yeah,
difference.
So Declan Rice, my point.
You know how you implied, but Declan Rice, Mr. Clutch.
You win the league this year.
Yes, he can. But I think Arteta needs to help him out in January, though. I still think something needs to be done in January. Ideally, getting him a quality 8 to play alongside to make that midfield really gel.
What's wrong with Trossard?
But I don't know enough about him in the 8. And the game that he started in the 8, he did all right, but still, I don't know, just something didn't seem
the two games
right.
That I thought you looked the best in this season was against Wolves and against Lens, and he started in midfield both games.
No, he didn't start the Lens one.
Did he not start? Was it the other? Was it the Premier League?
Yeah, the Wolves one. Yeah, he definitely started that one.
Yeah, but the Wolves game, for example.
Yeah, but I just don't know if he's the answer as the 8, though. Yeah, I think he can fill in there, but I'd rather get a traditional 8 to come in, personally.
I mean, what
because
is a traditional 8?
And also,
are you needing
like a box to box, man?
Yeah, I know.
Box to box, more physical.
Like
I'd like an 8 with Havertz's frame, but just better than Havertz, basically. Like the unit Havertz is, but being more mobile. That sort of thing.
Is Havertz really a unit? I mean, he's kind of scrawny, right?
No, he's 6 foot something.
I don't know why people
lanky,
think he's strong.
He doesn't look strong.
He's not strong. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
he's not strong. He's tall, but as in
strong. Trossard's thick. Like he may not be tall, but he's thick, right? Like he's stout. But you need
but I don't think he plays his best football.
You need like a Weston McKennie or something. And I don't mean him as a player. I'm talking about his
but
build,
that sort of stature. Yeah, maybe something like that. That sort of build. Yeah, but definitely not.
I mean, Xhaka, right? He was solid. He was a unit, right? Strong.
Yeah,
big.
We need like a more mobile version of Xhaka.
Gundogan, stout, thick.
Yeah,
solid.
Yeah. Barella.
Trossard is skinny. Barella. Why would Barella leave Inter to go to Arsenal? I don't get it.
I'm just saying who we need, bro. I never said we're gonna get him, bro. Calm down. Why are you so triggered when Inter is involved? Relax, brother. Relax. The old lady's coming for you anyway. But that's for another stream.
There's a super chat here. It's a couple actually. No, it's one that says, "Can the Spurs fan list the games?"
He doesn't need to. Come on, Kenny, man.
Starts. We can look at the Spurs games, but that will waste people's time.
We're not doing that. This is about Arsenal, not about Spurs.
Yeah. Anyway,
Declan Rice, best player in the Premier League right now this season.
Well, after Newcastle,
if he keeps it, if someone said, I think Dowd said it last night. If we are somehow able to win this league, he wins PFA Player of the Year. It's going to be because of Declan Rice. I do strongly believe that.
Declan Rice.
If we do win the league, he'll be the PFA Player of the Year. He'll be the difference maker if we do it.
Do you think that his ceiling is higher than Rodri? Pep Guardiola leaves. Rice is playing like this. Do you believe his ceiling is higher than Rodri?
Ceiling is high. I don't know about higher, but I
He's
definitely think he
younger.
can
You
reach
never know.
those levels.
He's 2
I
years
don't know
younger,
if
if I'm not mistaken, by the way.
Yeah.
I think Rodri's
Yeah.
26, actually, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he can reach
3,
those
isn't he? I
levels,
thought
but I
Rice
don't
was
know
like
if his
23.
ceiling's higher though. 24, I think Rice is.
Rice is 24, Rodri is 27, so 3 years. But anyway, I want to move on to today's game, which is Man City versus Villa. And I'm going to ask the same question for the people that are watching us and didn't watch us yesterday, people. Number one, hit that like button. Are Man City favorites today?
Yes.
Of course
Without
they are.
Rodri,
There's not a
Doku.
game that they go into that they're not favorites to win.
Okay, so without Rodri, without Doku, without Grealish, and they're still Nunes is injured. They don't have a midfield.
They've got their best player available, Pep Guardiola. As long as he's still available, then they're still the favorites, mate.
Can we spam the chat, people? It's a yes or no question. Are Man City favorites today against Aston Villa with all the absentees? Putting in fact that they lost every game that Rodri didn't play. They don't have a left winger, which is Doku or Grealish. Doku is injured or in doubt. John Stones will have to play. Matthias Nunes is injured. And so people are saying that they are favorites only because they have Pep Guardiola, who still lost against Arsenal without Rodri, who lost against Wolves, who drew 3 games in a row against Chelsea. He conceded 10 goals in the last 4 games in all competition, conceded 3 against Spurs, 4 against Chelsea, against Liverpool, and 2 against RB Leipzig. I had to come from behind.
Yeah, but it's
how
Pep,
are
man.
people just? But that's the same.
But this is the reality, though, Mo. The reality is going into the Arsenal game without Rodri.
You know it's away, right?
They,
it's at Villa Park.
I know,
Villa
but
won every single game they played at home.
I hear you, but for example, before the Arsenal game, even though Rodri wasn't there, everyone was still saying City was going to win predominantly. Before the Chelsea game, they were still giving them the benefit of the doubt, even though the Arsenal game had happened. So as long as Pep is still there, everyone in the back of their mind, because he's proven his worth year in, year out. So for us to doubt him, what would have to happen was his team to lose a league title. And that's not going to happen in the middle of the season.
I'm not doubting Pep.
So,
I'm doubting that
do you know what I'm saying?
Players he has. I'm not doubting Pep. Pep is the best or one of the best coaches I've watched in my life. He changed the game forever, right?
Yeah, but there's too much data out there on this City team to say that they're not favorites in any situation, right? Like you could say that the only fixture in their schedule that they're not favorites is Tottenham away.
Okay, so hold on. But that doesn't make any sense to me. Kenny here agrees with you.
And it's not because we're great. It's just history.
Yeah, Man City are still favorites against any team. Well, so if you're telling me if Man City play Arsenal at the Emirates tomorrow or Liverpool, and I'm just giving extreme examples so to show you that this is not true. Without Rodri, with the same team that I have, without KDB now, right? No Rodri, no Doku, no Grealish. You would sit here and tell me they are favorites. If Man City go tomorrow to the Santiago Bernabeu without these players, without their best players, you're telling me they are favorites?
Come on, bro.
That's what
Bernabeu. Come on, that's an extreme stadium.
I am actually not trying to knock City down.
If they went to Anfield with this team, no, they wouldn't be favorites.
Everybody else, I'm not speaking with emotions. I'm analyzing what I'm seeing in front of me. I'm looking at the City team and I'm saying, you can win. I'm not saying that they will lose against Aston Villa, but I'm saying it's not as clear cut. I would give the edge to Aston Villa at their home ground that they won every game, and Man City who struggled. See, I'm speaking. You're not giving me reasons other than it's Pep Guardiola. I'm giving you reasons on the football.
No, I hear it.
I'm giving
when
you.
Was the last time? When was the last time Villa took points
I'm giving you football
City?
reasons because you're just saying so. Because yes, their home form has been really good. They haven't lost a game at home. I agree.
Manchester haven't played every game. I'm giving you the facts, Will.
Yeah, but they haven't played.
He's giving you facts. Hold
on. Aston Villa has not played any major teams at their ground this season that they've beaten convincingly that they shouldn't have beat. Right. First of all, right. So, for example, Manchester City is not losing 2-0 away to Nottingham Forest with a full squad, no one injured. Right. So this is why Man City, regardless of that, so it's going to be a hard fixture for them. I would say a draw like a draw is probably as likely as a win for City, right? If you were to do odds,
I'll take that.
right? But so like if you were to split it over 100, you know, you say maybe what 30%
For me, I
draw,
would say
30% win,
40
30% draw,
in favor of,
you know, 40%.
Okay, I would put it's a 40% draw, right?
Yeah,
I don't
40%
know.
win,
30,
City win, 20%.
35% Villa win, 25% Man City win.
No, I don't hold that.
I
Bro,
would
that's
do that. That was
wild. That's wild. Just okay. That's because of the players that are missing. Yeah, that's what you're
yes,
saying.
of course. If Doku, okay, and I'm telling you, one player changes everything. If Doku or Grealish is not available, he's suspended. If
That's what
Doku is
the bookies
available,
say.
that changes the equation for me because Foden, Doku, Alvarez, and Haaland running at Aston Villa defense is different than Foden, Alvarez, Haaland. Without Doku,
Okay,
he
okay.
takes away
So
from everything.
Mo, let me give you
Not because
let me give you the example, and I hear what you're saying, and you have every right to believe Villa have a chance to get something out of the game, but it's just one of them ones where it doesn't work well to go against Pep figuring out a way to
yeah, of
make
course,
things
because it's
happen
the easy choice.
no,
People just take
no,
that
yeah,
because it's the
no,
easy
it's not,
choice.
but it's the
Well, I
easiest
mean, the
choice, not
bookies have
just
the win.
because though,
City
Mo.
win is the favorite.
It's an easy choice because for the I don't know 5 out of the last 6 seasons he's been a champion. That's why it's an easy choice, bro.
Yes, fine.
So it's one. So it's one of them ones where the same way no one gives Arsenal the benefit of the doubt that they're going to click into play and go to the title. It's the same way people believe, even though City are struggling now, they're going to click into play no matter what, and they're gonna. And if you're not 10 points ahead of them at that time, you can't win the title until one of those things change. This is what everyone's first thought is going to be at the end of the day.
Maybe because I'm looking from
I
outside, I see.
yeah,
I see a
I don't
difference.
believe it should work like that, but I don't make the rules, man. This is just how it goes. Isn't it?
Okay. SE here is saying respect Odega because on you said he hides, he's playing
Odegaard,
deep.
okay.
So yeah, you wanted to talk about Odegaard, SE. I actually think that again, Odegaard yesterday was asked to do something that he's not good at, which is dropping deep and trying to dictate the game from deep, and he didn't do it well. He was asked to defend and stop transition because Kai Havertz was right next to Gabriel Jesus. I'm answering your super chat.
Odegaard had 5 key passes yesterday. I don't care what else he did. He played well.
Exactly. So hear me out. I get what you're saying. Once Arsenal were able to go forward and get the ball to the final third, Odegaard now is very effective. Odegaard helped. Odegaard played a very, very good through pass. That's what I'm saying. Odegaard is very good close to the 18 when he has help around him, but he was asked to do something else yesterday in parts of the game. And he did it okay. I'm not saying he kind of failed at it. He did it okay, but that's not his best game. That's why Arsenal, and that's why every
He's being
Arsenal fan is saying,
sacrificed for Havertz, bro. That's the reality.
thank you so much. That's why every Arsenal fan is saying we need the box-to-box midfielder that will able to help Price, but also do the offensive jump. Now Odegaard is being asked to do the Xhaka role yesterday while being creative.
Yeah, and Odegaard's not Xhaka. Completely
Exactly.
different player.
Odegaard tried yesterday to put in like 4 or 5 tackles. Forget the tackle that Ross Barkley did. Odegaard was bodied in the midfield by the midfielders of them because he is not a defender. Odegaard was not brought up to be a defender. I'm not knocking down Odegaard. For me, I would look at Arteta and say, you won the game yesterday, but I thought you used some of the players wrong. You cannot play Odegaard and Havertz and not have Zinchenko inverting next to Declan Rice because now you can get Odegaard and have a top if you have a fullback inverting. I thought he got it wrong, but I thought we spoke about that.
Nah, he definitely got it wrong. But I saw what he's trying to do. Is like I remember at the start of the season, one of the things that scared a lot of our fans is having Havertz and Zinchenko on that left-hand side because it leaves us exposed. Which he tried to figure out a way to fix that. He tried to figure a way to fix it, but it just didn't work, man. He needs to go again.
I thought Zinchenko game defensively wasn't bad. He just made the mistake.
It was just that one, one mistake, and everyone was just on top of it.
When you make a mistake as a defender by dribbling inside or losing the ball, that doesn't mean you defended bad. Defending is different than losing position in your half. Right? Zinchenko tried to dribble inside, which is AB for a defender.
Suicide.
As a fullback.
Suicide.
Yeah, don't dribble inside. Coaches tell people that don't dribble inside if you're a fullback, especially around your area. But anyway, listen.
He's really a midfielder, right? When he inverts.
Exactly.
Like that,
Thank you so much, Will. Yes. You said that many times. You said, I think me and you, Will, spoke about Zinchenko can be beneficial for Arsenal in the midfield more than being a fullback and asked to do a fullback.
I mean, yeah, he's not a fullback. He doesn't even play like a fullback when he's on the pitch, right? So he plays like a midfielder. So You know, look.
Defensively, he's been good in the
Like,
last few games. Surprisingly.
I don't think that Zinchenko has been necessarily as big a problem as people are putting him out to be. I think they have I think they have a unreasonable expectation. This is what I'm saying. I judge players based on what their expectation is, right? And if so, when I watch William Saliba play now, I judge him being based on the best center back in the league. That's what people tell me he is. So that's what I judge him on. That's the standard I hold him to. And
Romero as well.
And Zinchenko the exact same way. Nobody's saying Zinchenko's the best left back in the league, so I don't judge him based on being the best left back. In fact, when I watch him play, I know he's playing as an inverted fullback, right? So that means he's a midfielder. He's a DM, right? So I judge him based on the DM standards, right? Is he given how often does he give the ball away in his own half, right? How creative can he be? What is his passing like? And he hasn't been great, but he hasn't been horrible either. Like if you compared him to other DMs,
no, he's not horrible. This season he hasn't.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been horrible last season. Him making defensive mistakes doesn't take away from offensive ability, the way he controls the game in the midfield, the way he passes the ball. Yeah, I look at it and I say, like the same as Trent. When Trent gets beat defensively, it doesn't take away from his brilliance going forward. I'm not saying
same thing with Pedro
the
Porro.
same as Trent. Yeah. So Pedro Porro, for example, and Udogie is good in both aspects of the game, to be honest with you. But he's more offensive.
Balanced. He's not as creative passing. He doesn't have a pass like Porro
But he
does.
takes really good offensive positions.
Driving,
Very good. Yeah. He knows how to be between the lines. But anyway, people, I want to thank you guys. Thank you everybody that joined us. Guys, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're to do so. Tunnel TV and Tottenham Away are in the description. One click away from your subscription. Like the last video or last 10. And also tonight, at 11 after the games or 11, set up the notification bell at 11. We'll have a reaction. We'll have Hamza, Rak, maybe Hussam. We'll have a good panel for you. So wait for tonight. We'll have Hamza. Hopefully they lose Man City, so we'll laugh a little bit. Because I need a title race where Arsenal are ahead by 10 points and City will catch them then. But I can't just go to March where City are tied on point with Arsenal or Liverpool. That wouldn't work. We need Liverpool or Man City. But anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Well, appreciate you being here, my man. Thank you so much for early morning for me and you. And Conley, afternoon to you. Hopefully you'll have a good day. Congratulations on the win. And the adrenaline, I'm sure, is still pumping.
Man, it is, man.
It's amazing. Thank you, people, that watched us. I'm not sure if anybody is going live after this, so I can redirect.
Not this early, I don't think. Maybe.
Nah, man.
Yeah, I don't think.
Maybe Sava, I don't know.
I'm gonna chop some rice, bro. I'm gonna eat some rice, bro.
Thank you, people. Appreciate you guys, and hopefully we'll see you guys soon. We're out of here, people.